We walk through a gallery of masks. Every day, you step out of your door and enter the great masquerade. You shake hands with colleagues, you dine with lovers, you debate with strangers. On the surface, it is a civilized exchange. Words are spoken, smiles are traded like currency. But underneath the surface, a different language is being spoken. It is the language of the unconscious. It is the silent maneuvering of needs, desires, and the ancient drive for control. Most people move through this world asleep. They react to the mask. They fall in love with the mask. They are hurt by the mask. They believe that the performance is the reality. And because they are asleep, they are easily moved like leaves in the wind by those who know how to blow the air. You are watching this because you are tired of being the leaf. You want to see the wind. You have been told that dark psychology is the art of the predator. You have been told that there are wolves among the sheep, and you must learn to hunt them before they hunt you. But this is a limited view. It is a view born of fear. To truly read people, to read them instantly, with the clarity of a master, you must not look at them with paranoia. You must look at them with understanding. You see, the people who use manipulation tactics, the narcissists, the Machiavellians, they are not usually the masterminds they pretend to be. They are not gods playing chess. They are fractured souls trying to hold their world together. They control you because they cannot control themselves. They manipulate the external world because their internal world is in chaos. When you understand this, you stop fearing them. And when you stop fearing them, their spells no longer work on you. Let us walk through the 7 most common psychological tricks used to bypass your defenses. We will dissect the mechanism of the trap, and more importantly, how to reclaim your sovereignty. The first sign is the aggressive mirror. You meet someone new. Within an hour, it feels as though you have known them for a lifetime. They like the music you like. They share your obscure hobbies. They match your energy, your cadence, even the way you sit. It feels like destiny. It feels like a soulmate. This is the chameleon effect on overdrive. We are biologically wired to trust those who resemble us. It is a tribal safety mechanism. By mirroring you perfectly, they bypass your critical thinking brain and access your emotional center. They are hacking your vanity. You aren't falling in love with them. You are falling in love with the reflection of yourself they are projecting back to you. Do not mistake this for strength. A person who mirrors you perfectly often has no solid identity of their own. They are a void looking for a shape. They must borrow your personality because theirs is too fragile to stand alone. They are not hunting you. They are hiding in you. To counter this, disrupt the reflection. Mention a flaw of yours, or state an unpopular opinion you hold. See if they still mirror you, or if the mask slips. True resonance can survive disagreement. Artificial mirroring cannot. The second sign is the false choice. They need you to do something, but they don't ask. Instead, they say, "Do you want to handle this report today, or would you prefer to come in early tomorrow to finish it?" This is the double bind. They give you the illusion of free will. Your brain focuses on choosing between option A and option B, forgetting that both options serve their agenda. You feel autonomous because you chose, but your path was predetermined. It is a corral with 2 gates, both leading to the same place. They do this because they are terrified of a direct no. They cannot handle the reality that you might possess a will separate from theirs. To handle this, recognize the third option. Simply say, "I cannot do the report today, and I am not available tomorrow morning. I will have it to you by Thursday." Step outside the frame they have built. When you reject the false choice, you break the spell. The third sign is intermittent reinforcement. This is the most dangerous hook of all. One day, they are warm, attentive, and full of praise. The next day, they are cold, distant, and critical. Then, just as you are about to leave, the warmth returns. In psychology, this is known as a variable reward schedule, the same mechanic used in slot machines. If you won every time, you'd get bored. If you lost every time, you'd quit. But if you win sometimes, unpredictably, you become addicted. You stay, chasing the high of the good days, trying to decode the formula to bring the warmth back. Understand that they are not master strategists rationing out love. They are emotionally unregulated children. Their hot and cold behavior is often just a reflection of their own shifting internal weather. Stop looking at the highs. Look at the baseline. Consistency is the only true measure of character. If you must suffer to earn their kindness, the price is too high. Step away from the machine. The fourth sign is the whisper, or triangulation. They tell you what someone else said about you. "I defended you, but John thinks you're losing your touch." Or they flirt with the waiter in front of you to make you jealous. Triangulation involves bringing a third party into the dynamic to destabilize you. It creates artificial competition. It positions them as the prize and you as the contestant. This is the behavior of someone who feels invisible. Unless they are being fought over, they do not feel they exist. They need to manufacture a triangle to prove to themselves that they have value. It is a profound, aching loneliness masked as popularity. The counter move is to refuse to compete. If they mention what someone else said, tell them you will go speak to that person directly to clear it up. Watch their panic. If they flirt with others, do not react. Remove the third point of the triangle, and their structure collapses. The fifth sign is the victim's dagger. "I'm just not good at this like you are. Everything always goes wrong for me. I don't know how I'll pay rent. I guess I'll figure it out." In mad, they present themselves as helpless to trigger your savior complex. They weaponize your empathy. If you don't help them, you feel like a bad person. But if you do help them, you will find yourself doing it again and again, while they take no responsibility for their life. This is the eternal child archetype. They refuse to grow up. They are terrified of the burden of existence, so they look for a parent to carry it for them. It is not malice. It is developmental arrest. Offer emotional support, not solutions. Hand the responsibility back to them. If they are truly helpless, they will leave to find another savior. If they are capable, they will rise. The sixth sign is reality erosion, or gaslighting. "I never said that. You are being too sensitive. You're remembering it wrong." This is an assault on your cognitive certainty. By denying your reality, they make you dependent on their version of the truth. When you cannot trust your own eyes, you must trust theirs. Why lie about things that are easily proven? Because their ego is a house of cards. To admit a mistake is to suffer a collapse of the self. They are not just lying to you. They are rewriting reality in real time to protect themselves from shame. They are delusional, not just dishonest. Do not argue facts with a delusion. Simply state, "I heard what I heard. My memory is clear. We don't need to agree, but I know what happened." end the conversation. Your truth does not require their signature. The seventh sign is the boundary test. They make a joke at your expense. If you get upset, they say, "I was just kidding." They show up late. They borrow something without asking. These are microaggressions. They are testing the electric fence to see if it is on. If you let the small things slide, they know they can attempt the big things later. They are conditioning you to accept disrespect. This is the behavior of someone who views relationships as power struggles. They do not know how to connect as equals. They only know how to connect vertically, one up, one down. You must correct the behavior immediately, but without rage. Be a velvet wall, calm, boring, and immovable. Teach them how to treat you. We have analyzed the manipulator. We have dissected their toolkit. But if we end here, I have failed you. Because if we only look outward, we remain in the realm of blame. And blame is the trap of the powerless. If you find yourself constantly surrounded by these characters, by the narcissists, the victims, the chaotic chameleons, you must ask the most difficult question of all. What is the hook in your soul that lets them catch you? Manipulation requires two participants, the actor and the audience, the predator and the willing prey. Carl Jung warned us that everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Did you fall for the chameleon because you are desperate to be understood? Did you fall for the victim because you need to feel needed? Did you fall for the love bombing because there is a void of self-love inside you that demands to be filled from the outside? The manipulator does not create your weakness. They locate it. They are merely a Geiger counter for your insecurities. If you are a people pleaser, you are walking through the world with a sign on your back that says, "I will betray myself to make you happy." The manipulator simply reads the sign and accepts the offer. This is the hard truth. You cannot be manipulated if you do not want something from them. If you do not need their validation, their flattery means nothing. If you do not fear their rejection, their coldness cannot freeze you. If you trust your own reality, their gaslighting cannot blind you. The ultimate defense against dark psychology is not more tricks. It is self-integration. It is knowing your own shadow so well that no one can use it against you. So, where does this leave us? Do we become cold? Do we become paranoid, scanning every handshake for a hidden dagger? Do we close our hearts to the world? No, that is the reaction of the wounded, not the wise. If you build a wall to keep the manipulators out, you also keep the love, the joy, and the connection out. You become a prisoner of your own fortress. The goal is not to become a fortress. The goal is to become a garden with a gate. A garden is full of life. It is vulnerable. It is beautiful, but it has a gate, and you are the gatekeeper. You possess the key. You decide who enters. You can look at the chameleon, understand their emptiness, and kindly keep the gate shut. You can look at the victim, feel compassion for their struggle, but refuse to let them trample your flowers. You see the truth now. You see that the darkness in others is often just weakness disguised as strength. You see that the danger is only real if you are asleep. So, wake up, trust yourself, verify others, and walk through this masquerade not with fear, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly what is behind the mask.